Today, I partnered up with my friends over at Squarespace to bring to you another closet makeover that's going to be turning into Holly's dream vanity that she actually designed herself. Storage is something that Holly needs a ton of, and with me moving in, I've definitely cut that down in basically by half. So I need to incorporate functional storage for all of her products, but also make it breathable so it doesn't feel overwhelming when she's using it. You guys should know the deal by now. When I'm tackling a space, the first thing that I do is demo and reno what is necessary. So we're just gonna basically take everything out and start with a clean slate. Typically for closets, what the frame is hung onto are 2x4s that you are able to remove. So I used my drywall knife, removed that piece of drywall, and then removed those corresponding 2x4s that weren't the frame of the house. I patched up the walls where necessary because, you know, I dung up some things by just demoing. And also I taped out what was gonna be the layout of the drawing that Holly actually provided me for her to give me the go-ahead to move forward. To add some personality and flair, if you will, to this closet, but also tie it into Holly's master bedroom makeover that we did, we're gonna be doing the reverse colorway. We're gonna be doing white shiplap and a black wall above. Please let me be clear, if you are not comfortable with doing electrical, do not do what I am about to do. My dad has taught me numerous times, but I've never actually done it. I cut out where I thought I wanted to put an outlet originally. This is going to be moving, but I cut it out near a stud, which you can find with a stud finder, as close to the 2x4 as possible. I'll be running electricity from this outlet on the opposite side in the other room of the wall. I linked everything that I personally referred to for this experience down below, but what you want to do is remove this outlet, ensuring that the breaker is off prior to doing so. We're going to be taking the wires and feeding them through that outlet box down into the wall and to the other side. This cord right here has a hot wire, which is typically black, a white wire, which is neutral. Oops, I did not catch that. And then a copper wire. And that is how we will be making the other outlet hot, but connecting the electricity to this outlet as well. You want to feed that cord through until it reaches the outlet on the other side, obviously, that you're trying to install.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool.
Please keep in mind for this next wiring of this outlet that this wire is not connected to anything. Like, this is not connected to the outlet on the opposite side. There is no electricity going through this, so that is why I am handling it like I am. I just want that to be clear. As I said before, there should be a white wire, which is neutral, copper, which is ground, and then the black wire is hot. And then on the actual outlet itself, you will see that they will properly label it for you where the hot wire is going to go, where the neutral needs to go, and then the green nut on the bottom, that typically is your ground. That is always your ground, at least where I live in California, United States. I connected the wires to the corresponding spots, which again is labeled on there for you. And this is not connected to any electricity. If you are changing out an old outlet, please be sure to turn off your breaker and test it with like a little tester. I will link it down below for you, and ensure that that wire is not hot.
Oh! Are you live? I am live. That is so exciting.
That felt so good. It was my first time installing an outlet. So once the hardest part, in my opinion, was done, moving forward, all I had to do was paint the upper half black first prior to me installing the shiplap that I purchased from Home Depot, because those are just pre-made strips versus the ones you've seen me DIY here. Again, everything is linked below for you guys. As far as the shiplap goes, you will find this in the common lumber section in Home Depot. There are different widths that you can get. I'm using, I believe, a 6 or an 8 inch. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's an 8 inch. I'm gonna add some construction adhesive to the back of it and start at the bottom, but also leave space towards the bottom since we are installing hardwood floor hopefully soon. And then I will just be using my nail gun to go in and tack that directly into the wall. With these strips, like the shiplap strips, you don't have to space them yourselves. They will evenly space themselves every time because they have these grooves. For the outlet, I just ensured to use my multi-tool to cut around it to make it nice and snug, and the trim at the very top is actually the last piece's groove that I flipped onto its side, just to give it a little bit more of a tailored finish. When you're done installing, just fill the nail holes with some putty and paint it the color of your choice. Before we dive into tool time and these custom builds for this closet vanity, I did just want to thank today's sponsor, Squarespace, and let you guys know a little bit more about them, which you guys already know I'm obsessed with them, and coming out with my website on August 1st. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I actually used to be a blogger back in the day, and I'm coming back to my blogging roots a little bit with this website launch. I wanted to share the chapter on the emotional side there versus here on YouTube, and Squarespace makes that so easy. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is that all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business or your blog. I am loving the powerful blogging tools that help me tell my story, share my updates, and post photos and videos, which again, you will see quite soon. You can also categorize, share, and schedule your posts to make your content work for you, which as a one-woman show, it's going to help my workflow immensely. If you guys are interested with getting started with Squarespace, you can actually head over to squarespace.com/Metz to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The first DIY is ripping down some pine to 11¼ inches by 59 inches and sanding that down smooth. I'm going to be smacking some black paint on there because I want these to disappear with the black metal brackets that will be holding them up on that black paint. But when you get up close and personal, you can still see that wood texture, which I find very sexy. I opted to go with these heavy-duty metal brackets just because I like them. And I made the upper one just a tad bit shorter, like the size down that was available, and the bottom one is actually a little bit deeper. That way you don't have like a hard time accessing what's above it, and you can easily access what is below it, if that makes sense. Because I think if you make them both the same depth, it kind of makes it tricky to grab deeper and bigger boxes up top versus the open, bigger shelving on the bottom. I might have just confused you more, I don't know, but that's my explanation. For her like grab and go shelving, if you will, when she's actually getting ready, these are pre-made shelves. They are already made brackets that, again, I will link down below for you. I did 2 just straight rectangle shelves on the right hand side. Then on the left, I did a corner rounded one for her hair products, because I think left can be hair products, right is more like get ready, makeup, perfumey type of situations. I don't know who with the vanity just started this trend, but this Alex is so popular from IKEA as a storage option, so that's what's going to be on the right hand side of the table. I hung up this vanity mirror that I got off Amazon. It lights up onto that outlet, as well as extending a cord cover down below with a USB and multi outlet for her hair dryer and curlers that will be hidden under the Alex. I pocket hole jigged together some 2x2s just to make a basic frame for a 2 shelving. You can almost look at it as like a nightstand frame, if you will, that I will be adding some slats to create open shelving on the left-hand side for baskets. I will not be leaving that a natural wood. I'm going to be painting that white and doing the slats a natural plywood that will have a flat finish. This tabletop in a closet seems to be fairly repetitive for me, so I will link Michaela's office closet that I did for her that goes way into depth of how I'm wrapping this and built this frame, but I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm using 2x2s, pocket hole jigging them together to make a basic frame that goes from each wall, and then covering it with a 1/2 inch ply that was just a really pretty grain. I actually had a perfect piece of scrap wood that I used for my small closet makeover that I wood glued and nail gunned directly to the face of that frame to make it look like one solid piece. I ripped down some 2-inch underlaminate that I had on hand, and then I just spaced that out across the frame of those shelves to add another form of texture, but also some natural wood element to tie in the tabletop. I added some final details that I knew Holly could get some function out of and a little bit of beauty, but then I kind of just left the rest to her since this is her moment. Now this whole thing isn't cemented into place and I cut this wrong, so when I move this to install the flooring, that is when I will fix that gap, but for right now, we will just kind of slightly ignore it. I never really show how many things I buy for a room and test them out, so I did want to showcase different chairs because this does make or break a space and can definitely pull it into a different style direction. This could have made it more modern and chic, the actual chair, but both this and the stool were way too low. I was trying to pull in black to tie in the black paint to the bottom, but this stool from Home Goods ended up working the best, and it was the perfect height to boost you above the little circle that is on the mirror for the power button, so we did need something taller. the reality, because I don't want to rip this out quite yet, just because we are going to be making over this entire room and I don't want her to have to walk on, even though this is gross, the concrete. I'm legitimately dying, just so this was balanced. But before I give you like the tour with the beauty shots, let me just give you an organization tour of what Holly did. So this is what it's looking like so far. I think she's getting different organizers. But I did want to show you how these were all being used already, how she went through, because I gave her, well, I didn't give her, what, that's so rude. I just told her yesterday, like, if you want to move in so I can really show them how you're going to be utilizing it, because I don't think I really showcase quite fully all of the things. So this is like her makeup side, and then I believe this is more so going to be her hair side. So this basket is currently empty. These two baskets are full of brushes and other hair items, and then this basket is like the hair dryer, the curlers, all the things, and then you just slide it right back underneath there in line. When you come up to the desk, this isn't quite moved into, but I'm just trying to give her space. This will be full of wood putty once again when we get the actual flooring installed, because it's going to raise it up a bit, and that's why all of this isn't attached. On the right hand side, you are going to have her perfumes, cotton balls, Q-tips, makeup brushes, and then of course this awesome mirror. Everything is linked below for you. This corner is completely open for her to move more into, and then if you look up here, she actually has 6 different containers. I did 3 that you can see. This is her hair, body, and then I believe that one is medical. And then all the way up there are 3 black ones that are really finely detailed. So when you get up close and personal to them, you're like, oh, they're actually cute. But those hold other items that you don't necessarily pull to all the time, but you do want to have handy. Again, everything in phases. This will all be done, like the exterior will be done when we do the entire walk-in closet itself. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's episode and bringing Holly's Vanity Dream Phase 1 to life. I can't wait to show you the remainder of the room, and I know that these makeovers kind of seem all over the place, but we are living to DIY here on this channel. We are DIYing to what we need, and Holly really did need a space to get ready since I took over the bathroom once I moved in with her. We have so much planned, and I know there's going to be a bunch of videos coming out back to back. I promise you we're back to our regular scheduled program to possibly 1 big makeover to 2 a week versus the 4 videos you're getting like back to back to back to back. So my apologies. I will see you guys soon for another DIY, and I mean, it's ludicrous what's about to be happening on this channel, you guys. It's just nonstop. Again, do not forget, we all have to keep our foot on the gas. I am continuing to donate. I will be doing a live this month. It's just been a little bit hectic to sit down with you guys and see where else I should be donating for the month of July, since we already did that for June. If you guys are interested in leaving down different petitions and organizations, don't forget to comment down below.